Kenneth at SBM Boxing. Yes, we are happy Thanksgiving to all. I am walking to the back of the home of the boxing genius. He's there.
Hey man, what's up?
He was thinking that he was gonna have an off day as far as speaking boxing.
Oh man, that's what I thought. I thought I was.
But what fights are happening this weekend? We have Andre Berto versus Robert Guerrero.
Oh, that fight is happening this weekend.
Yeah, what is your fight predictions on that, sir?
I'll tell you what. Robert Guerrero is a hell of a fighter. Andre Berto eventually, he got beaten by Victor Ortiz, in a pretty tough match, rough match. He got beat up pretty bad. Berto beat up Ortiz pretty bad too, but obviously, then he got caught with some illegal substance, and a lot of people have a lot of doubts with that, and especially in boxing, in any other sports besides boxing, things could be a little iffy and buddy, or besides football. But in boxing, illegal substance, it could help you a great bit, It's like, Margarita with that cement substance he had in his glove, beating up on poor boy, my boy, Cotto, but then Cotto came back and destroyed him, and those are the things we have to look at. But I have a feeling it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. And without illegal substance, Berto, he's still a tough contender. A good fighter.
Now, Guerrero, this is his second match at the 147 weight class. Do you think he can withstand Berto's power at the 147?
I don't, that's one thing that I'm talking about. I have a feeling that, Roberto Lee looks like I'm going to get knocked out before Saturday's fight. But anyway, I have a feeling that, again, that's something that, Guerrero has to be, he has to be tested at. His punching power, I don't know if it's still there. That's Berto's natural weight, at 147. And he's a pretty tough guy, and he's pretty strong. Guerrero could take a lot of punishment. But you know what? It's going to be a good fight. I don't think that anybody's going to knock anybody out. And if it is going to be somebody getting knocked out, it's going to be Berto knocking out Guerrero. I don't think Guerrero has that punching power that's going to knock out Berto. And he don't have that stamina. And I have a feeling that if it goes the distance, we're looking at Berto winning a fight. The only way that I could see that Guerrero could beat Berto is, again, knocking him out, which I doubt, honestly. So I'm going to take Andre Berto.
And what about the Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez 4?
I talked about that, I think, in the video prior to that. And I think I made a big, if and but, a big discussion over that. A lot of people think that Marquez, again, has won the previous 3 fights. Marquez did not beat Pacquiao in the previous 3 fights. If the first fight, which was 3 knockdowns in the first round, this one judge had it 10-7. It was obviously supposed to be 10-6. So that 1 point in that one fight, the first fight, which was a draw, it was Pacquiao's fight. Yet it was a draw because it had 1 point. Obviously, a dumb judge again. So now we go into fight 2, and we go to fight 3. I'm not saying they were not good fights. Those were hell of a fights, all 3 fights. But to me, honestly, the champion goes on the ring with an advantage. He's the champ. Pacquiao is the champ. And he went in there with an advantage, and obviously he came out with a close anonymous but split decision in the other 2 fights. And I think those were correct decisions that the judges made. Now in this 4th fight, again I say, he's going to take the doubt out of the whole world.
Yeah, they're saying that Pacquiao, in order to get that Mayweather fight, he has to pull out the knockout.
Mayweather fight, forget about Mayweather. I keep saying to people, the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight is never going to happen.
What about the Cotto and Austin Trout?
Oh, honestly, Cotto, again, he's one of those guys that, he's fought the best. He doesn't dodge anybody. He doesn't duck anybody like Mayweather. As a matter of fact, Cotto was one of those guys that Mayweather ducked. Back in the days at the welterweight, when Margarito was 2 and he was number 1, Mayweather abandoned the title and he quit boxing. Why? He quit boxing because he didn't want to fight 1 or 2 because he's going to get his ass whipped. So what happens? Cotto now, he comes to 154. He's fighting at 154. And Cotto, to me, he is going to give Trout a class. He's going to take him to school. And, you know, he might knock him out before the 10th round. That's my prediction. Because Cotto cannot lose besides, you know, losing to Mayweather.
And what do you think about Ricky Hatton's comeback?
Ricky Hatton's comeback. Ricky Hatton should stay in that damn England over there cutting goddamn barbershops or doing something. He should become a barber, cutting people's hair. You know, he might make
He's saying he's looking to make a comeback and take on the avenge Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Oh, yeah. He's looking to come back to want to make some money, but like I said, he might as well stay over there and open up a barber shop, you know, and talk about his good days and put the photos up on the walls, you know, and memorandum, you know, this is the day that I won the fight and blah, blah, blah. You know, come back. What are you going to come back to?
Now, Adrian Broner put on a good performance.
Oh, no, Adrian Broner.
At 135, do you think he should move up in weight, or do you think he's set at 135? Because they're talking about Brandon Rios versus Adrian Broner.
Adrian Broner has nobody at 135. He has to come up in weight. He has to come up. And Adrian Broner is a guy, like I said in my prior video, to me is going to be considered one of the best welterweights. You're going to forget about Mayweather, because Mayweather, again, is a mosquito bug guy. He just bugs you. He doesn't knock out people. He's just a little bug. Broner is a Pacquiao. Broner has power in both hands. He's flashy, classy, and smart. And he knows how to box.
Now, Mayweather has it lined up for Cinco de Mayo, or May 4th.
Who he's gonna
Do
fight?
you think he's going to fight Canelo Alverez?
Oh, I wish he would fight Canelo Alvarez on Cinco de Mayo. I would love for Mayweather to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez. You know why? Because he's going to get his ass whipped that night on Cinco de Mayo. They're going to put firecrackers in his butt. He ain't going to have no springs because he ain't going to get back up. He ain't going to be flashy because Canelo is just going to get him, track him down, and kick his butt.
What do you think about Canelo Alvarez versus Sergio Martinez?
It depends. It depends. What weight? Sergio Martinez comes down.
Oh, he's going to have to come down to 154.
Well, if Sergio Martinez comes down to 154, guess what? I said it again. Saul Canelo Alvarez is one of the best fighters of this decade, besides Broner the Kid coming up, and obviously the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Manny Pacquiao. So there's no ifs and buts about that. If Mr. Martinez comes down to 154 to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez would whip his butt too.
Now, in your opinion, who's the number 1 pound for pound? They're saying Andre Ward. In your list of all the weight classes, who do you consider yourself the number uno pound for pound?
Uno, there's no ifs and buts about it. That's that crazy Filipino. How can you people talk about Andre Ward? Andre Ward just fights in one division. We're talking a guy who's won 8 titles in 8 different classes. Come on. Andre Ward, who he fought? Who did he fight? Somebody, who did this guy fight? He beat up on this guy, you know, okay, fine. Tough fight. But, you know, you're talking about a guy, Mr. Pacquiao, who has won 8 titles. And who wants to come after his butt? Mayweather. But again, Mayweather fights guys who are already washed up, beat up, guys who win a title, a crackerjack box title. Oh, I'll fight him. I'm going to give you a great payday. Of course you're going to fight that dude. That guy's never been around with 3 or 4 guys. It's your class, you know. He's going to fight somebody that just won by lucky punch. You know, it's like Popeye beating up on Bluto after the spinach.
There you go.
That's the way I look at it. But there is no ifs and buts about this. The number 1 boxer in the world today, he's not retired yet. The best pound for pound, his name is Manny Pacquiao. And again, we got to watch ourselves because, again, like I said, I like this kid. This kid is going to be great. His name is Adrian Broner. Watch him. because he could be the next pound-for-pound fighter in the world when Manny Pacquiao retires.
There you go. Boxing fight prediction. He's an analyst.
Good night. Like I said, I am not a damn fan, man. I am the genius of boxing and the best analyst you got out there. So, hey, just watch and see what's going to happen.